went on a little adventure today to pick up our JR Pass exchange orders, but we realized after filming it, maybe some people don't know what a JR Pass is.
What is a JR Pass? Japan Rail?
Yes, JR stands for Japan Rail. They are one of the companies that runs rail service throughout Japan. In Tokyo alone, there are 11 different companies.
Japan Rail is like one of the biggest ones?
The big one, yeah. The Shinkansen, which are the bullet trains, the super fast trains, those are run by JR as well. You can use them on almost all of the Shinkansen. There's a few that are excluded from the pass just because of the speed.
So you have to get them outside of Japan, so people who live in Japan can't get these passes?
Right. They are for tourists only. So if you are holding a foreign passport, for example, you can't get one. If you are living in Japan as a foreigner, you can't get one. So we're super lucky because they are expensive, but worth it. And a lot of people will ask...
If you travel.
Right. A lot of people will ask, is it worth it for me to get a JR Pass? That is entirely up to you, depending on, say if you're going just to Tokyo and staying there, you wouldn't want to get a pass because the amount of times you ride the train is not going to equal the amount of the pass.
Don't you have to ride at least one Shinkansen? Or two? A round trip?
It depends.
For a 7-day pass to be worth it?
Yeah, for example, the 7-day pass, what was it today? $365 Canadian, I believe. Like if you're going to total your amount of rail travel up to $365 in 7 days, then it would be worth it. Now, taking the Shinkansen, for example, from Tokyo to Osaka, which is another main city that people go to a lot, there and back will cover the cost. I don't know the exact number, but I think it's something like $160. So it's well worth it. I'm part of some Facebook groups and people will ask like, should I get it? Should I not get it? Do the math. There's a really great website called, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's Hyperdia or Hyperdia. I'll put the link in the bottom. And you can put any kind of rail travel in Japan into that website and it will calculate schedules and fares and everything for you.
Well, even for our trip, we're not getting it because we're there for 72 days. And the only times we're getting it is when we're going on the Shinkansen. So we're not getting it for any of the other days.
We're getting it for travel outside of Tokyo. For the times that we are in Tokyo, we can use the JR Pass to ride the regular train for free. The JR
Yeah, it's worth it. But our other days that we're not,
yeah, we're getting
it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be worth it unless you're going on a Shinkansen.
Right.
At least once or twice.
Yeah. This is a JR map of Tokyo. So these are all the JR run lines within Tokyo alone. So you can see, it kind of looks like spaghetti. There's 37 different lines. This is just in Tokyo. You can ride any of these for free. Say you're going from just, here to here. It's like less than $2. But you would get that for free as long as you flash your pass when you've got that. You don't actually get the pass, the physical pass, until you're in Japan. What you buy here is an exchange order for a pass. So what we got today, this is an exchange order. We have 3 of them, and that's split up throughout our entire travel. We're back in North York today. We are here to pick up the exchange orders for our JR passes. As you can see, we just got off this go bus right here, and right above Jason's head there is the building that we're heading to. We already know what we're doing thanks to our visit last time. The bus is really loud. We're just going to head there. That blue one, mirrored one, is 5775 Yonge Street. And that is where the Toronto branch of the JTB office is located. If you saw our Ghibli ticket video, you'll be familiar with that. And that's why, so are we. So we're gonna head there and pick up a bunch of JR passes. All right, let's go. Well, that was pretty easy. We were in and out in a few minutes. So you just go in and fill out the little form that they have there, ring the bell, and then they'll come back, take the form from you, and then disappear again for about 10 minutes, and they prepare your exchange orders for you. The exchange orders are good for 3 months, and then from the time you pick up your pass, they ask you what dates you want it for, and it has to be within a month of that time. So technically we have 4 months to use them. The first one we're going to be getting right when we get off the plane. We're in Tokyo for a week, and then we're using our 7-day pass. Then we're coming back to Tokyo, then doing a 14-day pass. And then the last pass that we're using isn't going to be until December, so we're going to have to, when we're in Tokyo, go back and get our last pass. So that's why we had to make sure.
But not back to the airport. Just
No.
back to any of the offices. Just the JR branches, main.
Yeah, like
lines.
any major station will have one. The closest one that we'll be having to our apartment, I believe, will be Shinjuku.
I was surprised she didn't want our passport. I thought they took it last time.
Yeah, the last 2 times we've gone to pick up our exchange orders, they ask for your passport. They print your name on these exchange orders. It's up to you to make sure that that name that you fill out is exactly what's on your passport, because you could be refused.
Also, you can pick up passes for multiple people, so you don't have to be
Yes.
present. I always thought you had to be present.
I thought that too, but yeah, there was a little bit of confusion when we got it because we asked for 6 passes, and she's like, but there's only 2 names. I'm like, no, it's 3 passes each.
I guess it makes sense because if you do it by mail, you're not there either.
True, yes, you can order them through the mail and they can be dropped off to you. You can get them, I believe there's a website called just japanrailpass.com. There's a shipping fee, so that's why we went to go pick it up in person. And because we were here, we stopped off for bubble tea. We both went to 2 different places. I'd never been to the alley before, so I checked it out, and he went to Yifeng. There are 13 different bubble tea places, and they're all different. So I thought that was cool. And we also had gyudon. What you got there?
Chicken curry. Wait, chicken ariage curry rice.
I got gyudon.
Itadakimasu. I'm almost done.
When we get off the plane, in the airport there is a JR ticket office, and you give them this, they check your passport, and they will give you a rail pass. So this is our one from 2015. That's just an example. On the back it's got your information, so that's why you need your passport, and obviously you need your passport to prove you're just a visitor. They'll see that 90-day visitor stamp. And then when you go through the ticket gates, either to get on the Shinkansen or get on the regular trains, you just kind of show that to the guard.
None of them ever looked, so they could be expired. Because really,
Well,
they have the days. So if you have a 1-week pass, they have to actually look at the days and to see if it's valid. But none of them ever really did, especially when they're in the booths and we just walked past.
Yeah, there was maybe one person that actually took it from us and looked at it and handed it back. But you can see right here, it says the dates that it's valid. So maybe they're just really good at looking, or maybe they don't care.
Like they care.
But don't chance that. Don't try getting...
I was just going to say, I'm going to try one.
Don't try using an
time, just to
expired
see what
pass to get
happens.
through. When you get the exchange orders, they also give you this little brochure too, which gives you a whole bunch of helpful information. It's got some maps in there and, information on the different Shinkansen that you can take.
So we got the ordinary one. What's the difference between that and the more expensive one?
We got ordinary pass and there's a green pass. And green pass
Reserved
is so that you
seats?
can... Not just reserved seats, because there's reserved seats and unreserved seats, but then there's green car seats as well. And that's a specific car within the long 16-car Shinkansen that it's nicer and it's more expensive, so it's easier to get seats for that one. So unreserved is a little bit cheaper. Or say if you're going from Tokyo to Osaka, it might be a little crowded. You might end up standing. But if you pay for a reserved ticket, you don't have to. With the pass, you can still get reserved seats. You just have to go ahead of time to the station.
We did that once.
Yeah, go to the JR ticket office and just say, I'd like to ride this Shinkansen at this time. Can I have a reserved ticket? And they'll
The
give it
night
to you.
before?
Not necessarily. I think we were only like an hour early. But this is what Shinkansen tickets look like. So it's similar if you look at the back of the pass. It's kind of a similar look. You can see on there it says reserved ticket. While we were at the JTB office, if you want information on the JTB office, you should check out our Ghibli ticket video, because we went into full detail there. They had a wall of pamphlets. And I helped myself. So there's a bunch of maps we got here, and I love maps. That clears up any kind of confusion, or if you're wondering, what is this pass and why do you need it? That's why, because Shinkansen travel, it's pretty pricey.
So we're going on about $5,000 worth if you were to pay single
Right.
trips.
If we were to actually pay the money for all the Shinkansen travel that we're going to be doing, it would be over $5,000.
But we paid $2,500 or $2,600 Canadian.
Yeah. It's quite a deal. That is, like, do the math, figure it out for yourself. If you're going to be traveling outside of Tokyo and going from place to place to place, it's really, really worth it. It's a great deal.
Also guard your rail pass, because if you lose it,
you're screwed.
yeah, and it's a lot of money. So a coworker of mine went to Japan a couple years ago, and she told me how she went to Hiroshima, fell asleep on the train,
Oh my God.
and her pass was on the ledge, and then she got off, and she went into the office and said, oh, she forgot her pass. She told them what happened, and she wanted to go back, but they wouldn't let her because she didn't have a pass to ride.
Right.
So they actually sent one of their workers back on a train to go back and get it for her, and they brought it back to her.
That is amazing. Can you imagine anybody doing that here? They'd be like, oh, sorry. Too bad for you. Guard them, because this is like holding $350 in your hands. Like,
Or more if it's a 2 week or 3 week.
yeah.
It is cheaper to get 3 weeks, but we didn't want to do all our traveling in 3 weeks because of the timing. We wanted to go in December and in October.
Right. If you get 2 1-week passes, it's more expensive than getting a 1 2-week pass. The reason we got 1 and then 2 weeks and then 1 is because we're spending time in Tokyo in between. And also because some of the places we're going are like time sensitive. Like we wanted to be in
For the fall colors and the snow.
Yeah, we wanted to be in some areas during the fall with the beautiful foliage and everything, and then up in the mountains in December. And another thing, we were timing the sumo tournament, which will be in Fukuoka. So
We're taking the Shinkansen now?
we are taking the Shinkansen everywhere.
Okay.
That's about all that you would need to know about a JR pass, I believe. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much for watching.
See you next time.
Mataji kai.
Boing.
Wait, you have to do like the one up.
No.
You know, if you eat a star, it's like
It's not one up. It's
I know. I
invincibility.
meant. I don't play video games. I don't know.